It's now officially possible for clothes to produce electricity. Your devices might run on the clothing of the future. Power suits. Traditional ideas of fabric technology usually focus on increasing the production of clothing or incorporating graphics or displays into clothing. But what if your clothes were your technology's fuel? A global team of academics set out to accomplish that by developing fabric that could power devices in two different ways. By weaving together plastic fiber solar cells and fiber-based generators that produce electricity when they brush against one another, the Georgia Tech and Chongqing University researchers were able to construct textiles that generate energy from both sunlight and motion. By developing light-sensitive zinc oxide nanowires on plastic wires wrapped in manganese and copper, they were able to create the solar component. Additionally, they harvested motion using a phenomenon known as the triboelectric effect. Thin, flat copper strips covered in a substance resembling Teflon serve as the triboelectric generators in their textiles. This hybrid power fabric makes it feasible to cleverly use the wind on a sunny day to charge portable electronics. Power clothing. This energy-generating material may also absorb energy from motion and pressure. It is an organic material made of silicon that is covered in silvery nanorods. 4 pieces of cloth may be pushed together to create pressure that could power LEDs, a liquid crystal display, and a keyless entry remote for a car. Such technology has a plethora of really intriguing potential applications. Such a transportable, integrated energy source would be useful for the medical field in addition to powering consumer electronics. However, other initiatives have focused on fusing solar technology with textiles. Since the method was first developed in 2001, advancements have been made to reduce weight, increase breathability, and increase the range of materials that may be used with the integrated technology. Smart clothing generates free electricity. Energy is harvested from the wearer via new fabrics. New material created by South Korean physicists generates electricity from motion, providing free electricity for the people. You'll get to charge out of the clothes of the future. A flexible, foldable, and wearable fabric that generates electricity as it flexes and bends has been developed by researchers in South Korea. A person wearing a shirt made of the material only needs to move their body to power a small screen or other electronic devices. The advancement represents a significant stride in the creation of wearable power sources. In the lab, they investigate several energy collection methods. For cell phones, batteries are necessary, but they have a limited lifespan. Scientists claim that the issue with clothes that can generate power has been resolved. It is possible to produce your own electricity. Scientists were the ones who drove the development of this unique material. Shirts made from the innovative material can be worn and even patched. The garment feels like other jackets. They acknowledge that it is significantly heavier when fully equipped. The added weight is a result of the electronic devices that the researchers connected into the garment. Testing tools included small screens, lights, and even a keyless remote. For instance, using the remote, the doors of a car can be opened by pressing the shirt cuff. How it functions. Wearable triboelectric nanogenerators, or WTNG, is the technical term for the material that generates electricity. The following is what it means. The term triboelectricity refers to electricity produced by friction. When one substance moves over or through another, there is friction present. When hands rub across one another, friction produces heat. Actually, the Greek word for rubbing is where the prefix tribo comes from. Nano, on the other hand, is a prefix that denotes a billionth. The substance contains tiny zinc oxide rods that are barely billionths of a meter long. These spiky nanoparticles aid in the transformation of motion into electricity. Numerous well-known kinds of triboelectricity exist. Her hair stands on end when she uses a balloon to scratch her head. This is due to the negatively charged electrons that were taken from her hair by the balloon. The balloon ultimately acquires a negative charge. The hair picks a positive charge. Opposite charges are attracted to one another. To get to the negative balloon, the positive hair rises. This is static electricity, and it is triboelectric. The new fabric combines a variety of elements. The top and bottom layers are covered with silver-coated cloth. The middle layer contains zinc oxide that has a polymer covering. A polymer is a material whose molecules are made up of long chains of atom-repeating groups. The coated rods wobble back and forth against the silver as the fabric stretches or moves. The movement produces a response similar to the one observed in the hair and balloon scenario. The polymer layer in this instance absorbs electrons from the silver layer. The researchers used a wire to connect the two outer layers of silver. The wire allows for the passage of a weak electric current. As they squeezed and released the fabric, the researchers measured that current. They showed that many WTNG layers generated more electricity than a single layer did. The electricity generated by the smart clothes was used to power a small screen. It glowed. The clothing also lit up an array of small light-emitting diodes, and it powered the keyless remote. The team is attempting to produce textile-based batteries soon. They should be able to store energy. Right now, the clothing only works while the wearer is moving. The researchers are also working on a washable version. Only a few years ago, the first flexible electronics were created in a lab. The technology will be used by researchers to create wearable electronics, such as medical sensors that stick to the skin. These are currently powered by an external source. By converting mechanical energy that would otherwise be lost and converting it to electricity, WTNGs may one day enable people to recharge their own electronic devices while they go about our daily lives.